And then I could definitely work you through it. All right, so we're going to heat this up and puff it out. Give it a little puff. GTT Phantom. Okay, you should be getting pretty good. So if you're having trouble with your amber purple and it's getting muddy, the biggest concern you probably have is you're not burning the haze off. If you don't burn the haze off of your stuff on amber purple, it will muddy. And we'll go through a quick tutorial on what I mean by burning the haze off. But I can tell you right now, you probably have too much propane running through your flame. You need an oxidizing flame. So this is the Phantom essentially. You should have it cracked like that. It should be making a little noise. But you're probably using a reducing flame, first of all. But you absolutely have to burn the haze off. Actually, I got a really good example of it over here. We'll bring out the unicorn head that I did. There's a spot where you can see where I really burned the haze off. And you'll see a distinct spot right there. Yeah, definitely don't. So if your flame is like this, where it's not sharp, you're definitely not the right flame. It should have a little hiss to it like that for amber purple. But I'll show you the ultimate trick here in a moment. Okay, we got to open this guy up. Here we go. So we got to pop this open just a little bit. Oh, that actually opened up. This is the bubble dingleberry. So that is the bubble dingleberry right there. That little tiny bobble. Now that's ultimately paper thin right there. It's already cooled off too. You're going to see it start disintegrating here if I put it near a flame, near a fan. Thank you for the flow state, by the way. Appreciate that. All right, let's get this melted in. And then we'll check Bayo's color out. This is my high-tech tool right there. That's like my super high-tech tool. I love drill bits for carving glass. Works absolutely fantastic. Drill bits are your buddy. Absolutely love an entire set of drill bits. You need a new pipe? There are plenty of people that'll make you one. Just won't be me. I don't have a problem with the industry, but there's a ton of people making them. You don't need one from me. There are people that make glass other than pipes. There we go. Even though this kind of looks like it. All right, so we got the hole built in right there. So this is where the hardware will fit in right there. And then we're going to cut it off way close up here. I think that blue-green that I added in there is really good. Oh, good. Oh, by the way, when you unwrap that daylily, be very careful with it. Don't pull on the tissue. Okay, cut. Use scissors and cut it away. Do not pull on it. The way it's wrapped right now, it won't do. Oh my God! Flying jets, Christy, thank you. Christy, thank you so much. That was awesome. Yeah, definitely just cut it away. Don't try and pull on it. The packaging is done very, very meticulously. And it's in a separate box, so it's double boxed. Actually, I got to preheat this a little bit more. That was a little bit of a challenge to wrap it. What's up, Philip? How you doing, my friend? Good evening. Happy Friday. Okay, so we got this pulled down. And this one does have the uranium glass in it too. So we put a little uranium in here. Absolutely love uranium glass. All right, let's get this cut down. I'm probably going to want to use this one. I got to be honest though, that daylily was freaking awesome to make. Thank you for letting me have the opportunity to make that daylily. It was amazing. The next challenge I have is Gene's 3-nail cross. I'm working on a couple prototypes for it. As anybody that's watched my channel knows, I'm very particular about making things like a cross or a military emblem, anything that's really sensitive. I won't make it unless it can be 100% accurate and looking good. I don't want to make a funky cross. I don't want to disrespect any religion, to be honest. I won't make it if it won't look good. Okay, here we go. Oh, it opened up. I didn't have to do anything. All right. Then we just got to flatten it out. So these are cabinet knobs. These are going on furniture. This is the last batch of them I have to do right now. Let it cool off, and then I can grip it. And we'll bring it over to the side. Let's see if we can show the color. I don't know if we're going to get a good color combo on there. Up close. There we go. So you can see how that has that kind of unique looking to it, but then when you come through the other side, you get that ambery color bouncing through. That's why it's called amber purple. We'll get more purples coming out of it the longer it sits in the kiln. Get back there. Okay, a couple things I was going to show. The hot air balloon. So there's our hot air balloon ornament. I love it. It looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it. For a prototype, that was pretty damn cool. And we did the basket in silver fuming, so on certain lighting it'll show kind of bluish. But I do like this guy. It looks really good for a hot air balloon. And then we're going to cover the amber purple. So this is a great example of amber purple and what to do and what not to do. So there we go. So you can see that spot right there where the haze is and where it's not. So that was kind of burnt off, and then the purple part right here is kind of loose versus over here. You can see that haze. So that's why I still have it out here. All that spot where it kind of looks blue, I'm going to burn it off with a very oxidizing flame. And then this whole thing will come out the same coloring. But you got to burn that off or you're going to get very muddy. You have to burn off the haze. If you don't burn that haze off, you're going to have a... Thank you, Christy! Thank you for the hearts. You got it, Red Street. Donna, thank you for the star. Okay, let's check out Theo's blue. Sorry, one more side view. Oh yeah, I think that came out good. So we got a nice blue to it now. We're pretty close to the hippo. So there they are, I'll just combine them. We're pretty close. I think I nailed it. But I know this color will be 100% stable. I know that color is going to be 100% stable. So I think we got the blue down. I think that looks good. All right, let's finish up some of these drawer pulls. We did the amber purple. Did I forget to do anything for anybody on here? I don't think I did. Oh, I do have to do one thing before we do it. So I had this piece a while ago, and I turned it to a goblet, but we were doing this. This was called a creative night, like that. Actually, I'm going to go full view. This sucks. So we did this thing. Everybody was voting on what to put on this item. So it had a mermaid tail, a crab claw, an octopus arm, a big ass eyeball, and I don't remember what was on there. But I really didn't like it. We have to fix it up. Thank you for the corgi. So we're going to remove this part. I do like this base though. So I'm going to try and remove it safely. We're going to pull a small flame down. There we go. It's probably going to crack. There it goes. But I want to save the base. There it goes. You hear that crack? Could you guys hear that? Yeah. So I'm going to take the entire item minus the base, and we're going to remix this into a marble. I do like the eyeball, but so we're just going to separate it. There is uranium glass in here too, that's why I'm going to remix it. So this is part of the remix that I do. Oh, this is way cracking. Cracky, cracky. Now it's starting to move. Get a better grip on there. There we go. So we're going to take this guy and I'm going to preheat it and we're going to remix the hell out of it. I'm going to set it over here so it cools off. Melissa, thank you. Didn't receive your birthday cake. Did you get your address? Yeah, you should have your birthday cake. Wait for their next box. You have a box coming. Donna, thank you for being a member. Yep, send the address, please. Yeah, wait for your next box, Melissa. It might be in there. I don't remember. I know that we had some stuff set aside for you. All right, let me clean this up. All right, I do love this base though. I think it looks amazing. Side view. I don't know if you guys can see that coloring to it. It's freaking awesome. So this was the green that we added on there, and we kind of hit it up with some lighting. There. So I'm going to turn that into something kind of cool. That'll be another part of the remix. Set that way off to the side. Oh, and I was going to grab lime green for someone. Where's the lime green? Let me grab the lime green because I promised someone I would grab it, and I'll be right back. Lime green. So we were talking about China colors earlier, and this is one of my favorite. I ended up buying a ton of it. I bought like 20 pounds of it. It's not the cheapest China color, but I love it. And it's completely stable. It's one of the few greens that is really, really stable. So you can see this lime green to it, that lime. I love that color. This is a China color. I think they call it, I can't remember the name. Just look for lime green, China. It's an amazing color. I gotta put it off somewhere where I'm not gonna break it. There we go. So that's the lime that we were talking about. All right, let's get the rest of these knobs done so I can make the hippo. What's up, Karen? Yeah, I think the dolphin or a shark would look good. Could probably park a hammerhead shark on that base. Yeah, I think a hammerhead shark on that base would look awesome. I haven't made a hammerhead in a couple months. We should do another shark night. Do a sea life. Oh, I forgot my view. There we go. It is a happy Friday. And this is the awesome part right here. This is called pulling a point. Can I do a yin and yang in glass? Yep. I certainly can. All right, let's pull this down. All right, let's get these done. I want to do the hippo. I'm kind of excited about doing the hippo. I really want to remake that hippo. So I'm going to shrink this tubing down. It's about 1 1/4 inches. We need to pull it down a little bit more narrow. get it into the 1-inch size for 25.4 millimeters. So we're going to heat it up and pull it down. And there we go. You know what? I did bring out this really cool glass. Let me see if I have it sitting off to the side. I'm going to show you one of the most rare colors on the planet. I know I brought a little bit out of it. Here it is. Yep. So while I'm preheating this, I'm going to show you this color right now. So this particular color, this is one of the rarest colors ever made. It was made with a formula called moss, an original moss. But at the factory, they messed it up. I'm going to make a little ball of it, and then we're going to let it cool off while I'm preheating this. And it makes one of the most beautiful colors you will have ever seen in glass. Let me get it melted down a little bit. But what makes it very rare is you can use it on the inside of glass and it won't crack. So it's incredibly sparkly. All right, we got the ball done. And I'm going to let it cool and we'll come back to it. So that color is unbelievable. Christy, thank you for the Go Populars. Yeah, wait till you see this color. Wait till you see it. I'll show it to you in full view here. It was called NS52 from North Star. NS52 Super Sparkle. I don't know why they named it, because I bought the entire batch. There's usually about 32 to 35 pounds in a batch of glass, and I bought the entire thing. I spent a little bit more than I should have, but I had bought the whole thing. They sent me a sample of it and said, am I interested? And I said, hell yeah. And I've got probably about 6 or 7 pounds of it left. But that particular glass, I wouldn't let it go for less than $400 a pound. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's like it can't ever be remade. Can't make it again. The core component to it is no longer made. All right, we got 2 colors. Both of these colors are $180 a pound right now. We're going to add some less expensive on here. We're going to add this one here that's about $100 a pound. And then a little bit of uranium glass. I love uranium. This is North Star's original. This one's Illuminati. This is the original uranium from North Star. So, a little history on Illuminati, this uranium glass. It was technically made in Ireland. So they built, Ireland, a company called Gaffer had built that uranium glass cullet. And it was sold in big blocks. I mean, big old blocks. And then North Star bought it up and reformulated it a little bit and turned it into usable rods like that size. But when it came in big chunks. And then they remelted it, pulled it into the rods. Why did North Star elect to have it made in Ireland? Well, regulations. Oh my God, Lori! Thank you for the balloons. I got to show a balloon for that. All right. A balloon for a balloon. There we go. Hot air balloon for hot air balloon. There we go. All right, let's get the rest of this built. Yeah, that hot air balloon came out amazing. Maybe I'll make another one tonight. We'll see. I know Daisy Girl claimed dibs on that one. And it's freaking adorable. Thank you for the flow state. Who sent that? Thank you. Who is that? I'm having a hard time reading in the dark. Thomas, thank you for that flow state. Thank you for it. Lori, thank you for the pirate's hat. I feel like a pirate tonight. That's why I chose it. Does anybody know when Pirate Day is, by the way? Can someone Google Pirate Day? Anybody do me a favor and Google Pirate Day? Thank you, Lori, for the rose. I want to do a stream for Pirate Day. I want to do a whole pirate theme. Wow, the GoPro's still going too. Oh, this is kind of cool. I got multiple stuff going. September 19th. All right, you guys, mark your calendar. September 19th, we're doing Pirate Day glass blowing. We're going to do some whole bunch of pirate stuff. Okay, we got to bring it out here. I think my side cam is having an issue. Hold on, let's check it. Is it malfunctioning? Yep. Side cam is now malfunctioning again. Let's see if I can get it back to normal here in a minute. 2 days after your birthday? Really? Awesome. Yeah, I like Pirate Day. But we're definitely doing a theme on Pirate Day. We'll do a bunch of skull marbles and fun stuff on Pirate Day. All right, a little bit of blending on here. I missed a few spots here. All right, got that down. All right, let's see if my side cam is malfunctioning. Oh, we got it back. There we go. So now we got this is for the cabinet knob. Canyon Bighorn, thank you. Thank you, Lori. How's the memorial holding up, by the way? Is everything good with it? Jack Sparrow with turtles. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. What do you think we should make on Pirate Day? What do you guys think would be pirate themed? Type it in chat. Let me know what you think Pirate Day should involve. Fantastic, good. I want to make sure it's holding up good. Peg leg pen. Oh my God, that's a great idea. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, peg leg pen would be funny. Parrots? Yeah, definitely parrot. You think it should be a colorful parrot, like a macaw? Treasure chest. That would be cool. I don't know if I could do a treasure chest. Fail, I got you. Don't have to thank me. I appreciate it. But thank you for the super chat, by the way. Send me a picture, Lori. I'd love to see it in the window. All right, let's get this melted in. We're going to melt this in. Then we're going to start making the color for Bayo's Hippo. We'll do a drill mix session. Let it cool off, check it, make sure it's all good. Then we'll get to making it. Can I do a pirate boat? I think I could. Pirate boat, yes. Pirate boat, I think I could do. Oh, a whiskey barrel. Ooh, you mean like for rum? A rum barrel? That would be kick butt. Rum barrel with a pirate skull on it? That would be fun. Yeah, rum barrel with pirate skull on it would be amazing. Yeah, bottle of rum. I think so too. Yeah, definitely a bottle of rum. Okay, we're all smoothed out there. Old-fashioned swan bud base. Yeah, those are pretty. I know how to do that one. Pieces of 8. Oh, I wonder if that's copyright. I wonder if the pieces of 8 is a copyright. If it's a copyright, I couldn't do it. Where's the rum gone? Exactly. I don't know. If the pieces of 8 is a copyright, I can't do it. But if it's not, then I can definitely make it. I do like the swan bases. If you check out the video I have of the swan flying across my yard, the swan base, that's really fun. I took the swan and I threw it across my yard just to show people how durable it is. You won't tell? It's not a matter of you telling, it's a matter of it getting flagged. Yeah, it's definitely a matter of having it flagged. I don't want that happening. Oh, my camera's freezing. Damn it. Alright, we're going to be on full view. I think the camera's overheating. So that's the DJI Action 6, and the GoPro is still rocking. Donna! Thank you, Donna. On Facebook, I'll have to check it out. I don't know what's happening with Facebook. My messages go to, like, different areas, but I'll look for it. Thank you. Let's make sure we're in the right sizing here. Let it cool for a second. Then we got to open it up. A rowboat with a chest driven by... That would be a lot of work. That would be a ton of work. But it's not impossible. Ooh, a cannon would be good too. You're a One Piece fan, straw hat from the Jolly Roger? Absolutely. Send me a message. I'm always up. I like pirate stuff. I definitely like pirate stuff. Ah! Crap. Bastard. A Kraken. I've done Kraken. I like the Kraken. Yeah, you think a coin would be good? It's a historic coin from pirates? Okay, then I could do it. If it's a historic coin, I can make it. Yeah, if it's a basic historic coin, I can do it. I'm beeping because of the damn camera. I think it's overheating. I might have to disconnect it. Alright, I need to get this out here. Come on, break off. We need to mix some blue here. Man, it is just beeping the hell out of me. So I'm using the DJI Action 6 camera as a webcam. And then I'm testing out the GoPro. It doesn't have webcam mode yet. But I'm trying to test the heat resistance because I want to wear it up here or on my head for a first-person view. So I'm doing a heat test on it sitting across from my bench here. Seeing if it gets hot. Because apparently GoPros have an overheating issue. Alright, it's really getting annoying. Stop. Yeah, it's really getting angry. That should do it, though. Alright, we open that up. I don't know if I checked the other one. I think I might have made one and didn't check the fitting. Crap. And I don't know which one it is. Squishy that in there. Let's see if it engaged. Oh, it's back. Alright. And there we go. Probably because I keep bringing glass up to it, it's overheating. So there's part of our Dewey Daddy. Check it. Yeah, all good. All right, let's bring this down. Cut a lot of this off. I need to figure out a way to do this without having to cut so much off. I think I need to pull these down a little tighter so I'm not wasting so much color. Even though I'm going to turn it all to frit, I hate wasting it like this. You guys see that? That little piece come off there? Lori, thank you. You checked the last one? Thank you, Gene. I don't remember if I had. I just couldn't remember. You just started glassblowing? Oh, that's awesome. Welcome to the club. Welcome in, Jeff. I'm one of the few glassblowers that will say, go for it. There's still a bunch of old parts out there. Not that I'm young, but there's still a bunch of old parts out there that don't want other people glassblowing. They'll do anything they can to get people to not do it, because they think the market's not big enough. That's like so old school thinking. I can't stand that attitude. But yeah, if you have any questions, general questions, you can send me an email. We do have a coaching service available in glassblowing. If you're interested, it's one-on-one, meaning a private Zoom call or over Discord. I like Zoom better. And I can guide you through a whole bunch of stuff on your setup if you have questions. And that's a really detailed version of stuff. On general questions, I don't mind answering. But sometimes, like, your particular setup may require some different attention. Just make sure you have flashback arresters on your torch. That's all the most important thing. All right, let's make sure we're good here. Yeah, we're good. All right, we're all good. All right, I'm going to try the side cam with the, I'm going to try and maneuver it around with the cable. I want to see how much room I got here. So I'm going to give you guys a quick bench tour. I think I set it up. Let's see. There? Nope. Nope. Sorry, I'm going through all my setups here. Nope. I guess that's POV. That's as close as we're going to get at the moment. So let's take our cam around. So I'll give you guys a tour. This is what I see. There's a monitor so I can keep an eye on all the chat. This is when I get my TikTok going through the phone. So we do have 4 monitors going. There's our little flame. There's our color running down through there. We got some unique pieces. My molds down here. And then there's some tools. An inside shot of the kiln. Sorry, this cable's only going so far. And I don't want to yank it out. There we go. So now you can see inside the kiln, like that. That's how we got that going. Then a little bit of stuff down here, a little laser gun, stuff I have to repair, and then this is the stuff we're going to use for Theo. And then there's my stringer collection. So this is what I do with little bits too. So I collect all these different stringers, and I just put them in bases so I can reach at them later. Yes, you absolutely need an arrestor, always. I highly recommend it. And then there's our chandelier up there. through there. And our little dragon castle, like that. And some uranium glass. Then my setup here. Oh, there's my fan. And then we got the GoPro. So I'm checking out the GoPro now. And we'll bring this back out. And set it up. So that's why I wanted that camera, so I can maneuver things around and show you guys things that are going on. Alright, we got to make blue. So I got a big mess up here. Let me get it organized for the blue. And we're going to get started with that real quick. We got to drill mix a bunch of blue and let it cool, make sure we're the same color. And then we can get the Bayo's hippo. I'm excited to do the hippo. Let me grab some smaller chunks here. Like this. And I think I got enough of that. I need the green. Where did I park that green? There it is. So we're going to be mixing these three colors. I'll bring it up. This is why I like the side view now, or POV. We're going to be mixing those guys right there, those colors. We're going to take those and turn it into the blue. Where did I get the tube cutter? I think I got that one at Lampwork Supply. I think I got that tube cutter at Lampwork Supply. Yeah, we got to move the camera. You guys don't want to stare at my mug. I think the camera just locked up on me again. There it goes. Alright, we got to disconnect. No more POV tonight. Battery just died out. So the POV is done for the night. We're stuck on full view tonight. Okay, let's get Bayo's color done. We need to grab a bigger chunk of clear. Let's see what I got hanging around here. So we're going to make custom color right now. Got that, and I need my drill. And we'll park it somewhere out of the way. Alright, let's get that color started. This is going to take a little bit. Because we have to build quite a bit of it up. So if you want to take a break for a little bit, and you need to go do something, have at it. Alright, so we're going to take that. We're going to lock another one onto the end here. And here we go. So we just got to bring all this color together, bunch it up into a bigger rod, bigger chunk. Then we'll add the other colors. We got to add the blue, the turquoise, and a little bit of that green. You got it. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit, so if you guys want to take a break, go for it. The hippo isn't just any hippo. Nope, it's not just any hippo. It's going to be the Egyptian hippo. Can you use any other type of gas? Torches, like I said, don't use acetylene. Acetylene's not a good material for glass blowing. It's hot enough, but it creates a little dirty soot to it. So it has that little carbon emission out of it. It's what's considered a dirty gas, if you will. So if you're going to use two different gases that you can use propane or you can use natural gas. Natural gas is going to be a little bit less hot by about 300 degrees. And the only other problem with natural gas is you have to get a booster. So natural gas doesn't have a lot of pressure to it. So you got to add what's called a booster on there so you can build up the natural gas pressure up to, I would say 4 pounds of pressure would be good. But by itself, natural gas doesn't have enough pressure to be able to work in a torch very well. If you have a very, very small torch, you might get away with it. Like a bead torch, no problem. Like a very, very basic one. But even on a bead torch, propane will definitely be a lot better. There is another gas out there called propylene, which is chemoline. It's a substance called chemoline and propane. So the combination is called propylene. Now that burns about 500 degrees hotter. So like if I have a big massive project I know I need to do, I'll order a tank of propylene so I can get it a little bit hotter. But it's very expensive. So I try to avoid that. All right. Okay, so we got some white here. Let's start adding in some of the blue onto the end here. We're going to do a butt joint here. You know why it's called a butt joint? Anybody know why it's called a butt joint right there? Let's see if we have any old school people in here. Butt joint. All right, nobody got it? All right, it's called a butt joint because you have no choice but to add on an extension. Get it? That's an old dad joke for glass blowers. You have no choice but to add on an extension. That's the old school glass blowers dad joke. Alright, so we're adding in our blue now. I should probably kick it up a notch. There we go. Let's add a little heat to it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Natural gas is very low pressure. So you want to have it a booster for your torch. 5 pounds is about pretty good. If you can get it up to 5 pounds of pressure, you're good. And here we go. Dad, DAD. Dad joke. You know, dad jokes? Alright. Oh, that definitely helped. That helps speed things up a little. And we're going to add on our turquoise. That's what I was saying. This is going to take a little bit to do. Then we're going to get into this turquoisey color. And then the last one we'll add in is that green. That'll be the last attachment. We'll use about half the green rod. I'm not going to use the whole thing. And a little uranium in there. So we got this green here. Then we're going to have to drill mix the heck out of this. And I think before we start the hippo, I'll have to change my oxygen tank. I want to make sure we have a full tank so I don't run out of oxygen halfway through the hippo. Definitely don't want to have that happen. Yeah, booster pump, exactly. I'm probably a little late to the game in responding to that, but okay, about halfway there. And then I said I was going to add some uranium in here. We're going to get it to give a slight glow. So this is the uranium glass. I'll set that down. If you've never seen the uranium glass, it is freaking amazing under black light. I do have my close-up here. Hold on, right there. There, that is uranium. So you can see it's glowing like that with the black light, and then there's natural light, black light. Just has this beautiful black light reaction. We're going to move the hot air balloon. All right, let's put the uranium on. It's going to be a lot of color. That should do it. I think now that we got the white, the cobalt, the turquoise, the uranium, and a little green. So now we're going to bunch it up, we're going to grab our drill, and we're going to mix it all together. I love making custom colors. Start to fold it over a little bit onto itself before we grab the drill. And the most important thing is that little end where the white's attached to the clear, have to get that melted in. Because I started there, it probably cooled off to a point where if I start going too hard, it'll crack. Because it's not annealed. So always make sure before you start your drill mix, that is completely ready to go. Otherwise the rod will snap and you got 1,000-degree glass flying at your face. See right there, I got it all melted in. That's what I want. One more fold. There we go. Like that. Woo. Okay, we're going to take it down a notch, get this uranium folded in. And we're pretty good to go now. Now we're going to grab our drill and start drill mixing the heck out of it. This will take a minute too. Where to put the drill? Right here. Let's get it mixed up, get it hot. See how much faster it mixes with the drill? Imagine doing that by hand. That would suck. I should have put some gloves on for this, because it gets really hot. Alright, we're almost fully there now. What I'm looking for are the streaks in the color to kind of not show up. It should look like one solid color. You got a little bit still wobble right there. Alright, we're going to separate there, let it cool off for a minute. Put this guy off to the side. Then we're going to pull it down into some rod form. Right now I just have to get it started looking okay. It's not there yet. I don't have another short rod, so we're going to have to use this millie rod. Alright, so I got it butted up right here. And then I have to smooth all this little ice cream cone looking stuff before I can pull it into a rod. Otherwise it'll have a very lumpy look to it when I pull it down. So we just have to get rid of that little ice cream cone look. And then hopefully we have an amazing freaking color. Okay, so we're going to detach this one at the moment. Set that up high. There we go. We're going to go into a close-up mode. So this is that ice cream cone look I was saying. It's a little lumpy right there. So I want to get rid of that before we pull it into a rod. And I'm just going to heat it in a downward motion, let it fall down. And then we can come back to it. Let's use a filter so you guys can see. I wonder if I can grab it. Uh-oh. Alright, filter's stuck in there. Never mind, no filter. Why are you sticking in there? Now it's bugging me. Oh, that's a pretty damn tight fit. Oh, those pliers are holding. There we go. I gotta get used to my tool rack. So you can see right there, it's hard to see in the flame. This is borovision. So now you can see what my glasses do. That's how I can see what's going on in the fire. That is what my glasses are made of. That is called didymium glass. And that's what these filters are, and it allows me to see into the fire. Now we got that all pretty smoothed out. Let's go ahead and pull this down into the rod. We're going to run it in the kiln for just a little bit. Nice and chill. I'm definitely going to have a suntan from this one. I'm definitely getting a suntan right at the moment. I think I need it though. I think I definitely need it. I should have put my sunblock on. let's get this pulled down. Bring it out here. Again, we're going to have to let it cool off. I'm going to leave this one out. Not too worried about it, but the big core piece up here, we're definitely going to run it in the kiln for a little bit. I don't have my side cam working, or I'd show you the color. I think I need to mix this up a little more. I need a little bit more mixture in here. This back end, for some reason, didn't get as much mixing. So we're going to grab the drill one more time and mix it in a little bit. That looks perfect. But I don't think I got enough in here. I might even have to add a little bit of white to it. Just a little bit. That should be enough. Got to get this mixed up. It just didn't. That rod looks perfect. This back end just didn't have the same look. Okay, to make sure we got it 100%, I'm going to switch a rod over here. We use the last little nub and get this back end all completely blended. So this will be the body of the hippo. So I'm really concerned about it, making sure it looks good. And I'm going to have to use another milli rod. Okay, we are testing out the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. So we're going to test this out in 4,000 degrees and see what the heck it does. We're going to dispel the rumors that it is a overheating monster. We're going to prove it's not. Just have to know how to use it. Okay, I don't like all that dinging. Okay. Let's rock it. Let's do it. What is that sound? Okay, here we go. Let's rock it. Alright, here we go. Oh, I got wrong glasses on. Glass blowing with that wouldn't be good. Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we got a couple things on the agenda for tonight. We are going to be rocking a few more of the pulls, and then we're going to do Kelly's hippo tonight if she's on. I got to remake that color. Let's get it started. It's going to be a fun night. Feel like a pirate tonight. I very much feel like a pirate. What's up, Melissa? How are you? I always love saying hi to my members on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Dragonfly, what's up? Another member online. L to the B, awesome subscriber on TikTok. Got the amazing L to the B on. Thank you for the heart me. Oh my God, who sent that? Young Gun. Thank you for the flow state. I appreciate that. I like that name, by the way. Young Guns is a cool. Young Gun is cool. I like it. Good name. Doing good? I feel like a pirate. I always feel like a pirate. I always feel like a rebel. I'm in a rebellious mood right now. We're gonna make some funky cool stuff. Alright, here we go. So we're gonna do a couple pulls, and then we definitely have to do Bayo's hippo. I gotta replace that. I think I got the colors worked out that I want to use, but we'll have to figure it out. Rebuilding a nitro engine? Oh, amazing. Thank you for the pirate's treasure, Alto the Bee. The Alto Bee knows I'm a pirate. She knows I got the pirate blood. Alright, let's go. Let's get this thing rocking. So, I'm going to throw a little extra funky color in here tonight. We're going to use a little of that blue-green tonight with some of these. And see what the heck it does. Let me get my stuff all situated. That's amber purple. And there's my holding rod. Let's rock. Thank you so much. I know, nitro, I love the smell of nitro. I love nitro. Alright, so we got to pull this down a little. Get it back into that 1-inch tubing and we'll be all good to go. So I'm testing out GoPro up on my bench tonight. This is the GoPro Mission 1. And I'm testing it for POV. So I can do a POV. But right now I'm testing it on the bench just to see how it handles the heat from a little bit away. And then if it works, we'll have an amazing POV. Alright, there we go. And then I changed some views up. We're going to switch some cameras tonight. I manipulated some of the camera views. Changed them up. Alright, let's get started. We're going to pop on this Electrum real quick. But this time we're going to add a little bit of blue-green to it. We'll see if we get any other funky, cool colors coming out. And like I said, we're going to work on Theo's Hippo. Alright, let's get this other color on. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday to you all. Happy Friday. It's Funky Friday. Alright, so we're spiraling this color on. This is the double amber purple. So far every color I'm working is very expensive. Alright, got that on. We're going to grab a little bit of this electric. Oh no, let's spin on the blue-green. Let's see how well my cam works here. I got to remember where I put everything. There. So there we are. Uh-oh. Is my side cam working? Nope. Alright, there's a problem. Let's fix it. Side cam, side cam. I can't see. Hold on, I got to fix my side cam. Uh-oh. We got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. Okay. Right now I am working on some pull knobs. We're going to be making a hippo tonight, though. Yeah, we're going to work a hippo tonight. God dang it. Alright, we'll fix the side cam in a little bit. Let's get this guy going first. We're going to add this blue-green on. So the hippo is based off an Egyptian blue hippo. I didn't even know one existed until Kelly told me about it. So it's an Egyptian blue hippo. You can look it up. kind of a cool color. It's hard to make though, color-wise. I made a beautiful version of it not too long ago, but it started cracking. The glass didn't blend together, so it cracked. It wasn't a manufacturing issue, it was a glass issue. So it started cracking on me, and I could not get the cracks to work themselves out. So we're going to remake it with colors I know that are super stable. And then I don't have to worry about any cracking. Okay, there we go. So we got the color spiraled around right now. Let's grab our little thin rod and blend everything. What's up, Donna? How are ya? Red Squeak, what's going on? How's George? I hope George is doing well. I love saying hi to my members on YouTube and my subscribers on TikTok. You guys are awesome. Okay, gotta blend all this together. Wow, this one's going smooth. Way faster than last night. Maybe that blue-green kind of added a little bit of flavor to it in a good way. So, 2 of the 3 colors that I just used on this are running $180 a pound. The 3rd color I have on here is only $100 a pound. Only with quotes. What's up, Sam Dollar? Alright, a little bit more here. I love this technique. I absolutely love doing this. Like my favorite right here. There we go. All blended. How many do you get for a pound? Oh, well, it depends on the size of the rod. Let me turn this, my background, my audio is getting loud. I can hear myself too much. So depending on the size of the glass rod, you get roughly 20 rods per pound in a 7mm size. So 7mm diameter, 20 inches long approximately, and you'll get about 20 rods per pound. So if you want to break it down, you know, it's like $9 a rod for that color. And while that doesn't sound like a lot, you can consume a rod very fast. It goes very quick. And everybody that got their orders, make sure you go through your box. If you've placed an order within this last week, make sure you go through your box. Every little nook and cranny in there. I threw bonus items in everybody's box. So if you are receiving a shipment from me this week, make sure you go through the box. Everybody got a bonus. Little surprise. What's up, Red Sweet? Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Red Sweet. Give George my best if he's not watching. Okay, let's get this blended out. Love saying hi to everybody. Happy Friday! All right, so now we just have to get this ready. We're going to blow it open. I'm going to bring it up over here. I got to cut some of the pulls that I did earlier down, though. They were like 5 millimeters too long. I couldn't get the threads through. So I got to cut some of these pulls down by a few millimeters. That's the easy part. But I was like, should I just go buy longer screws or cut the glass down? I've cut the glass down. All right, here we go. Ooh. Anyway, hopefully everybody's having a happy Friday. It is raining like crazy here. I'm expecting thunderstorms, which I like thunder. Love thunder and lightning. So if you hear a little background noise, it's probably a little thunder. I am on it. What's up, Kelly? You ready for your hippo tonight? You ready to have your hippo done? I brought all the colors out to get it handled. We'll do it in a little bit. I need to get some of these done and we'll do your hippo up. Alright, let's get the opening on this done. So I got to pop a hole in the front here for the actual cabinet knob. And then we'll back off on the back end. We'll pull that one off too. We're going to throw a little uranium on some of these too. So the uranium glass is also $180 a pound now. So yeah, we're going to be having expensive knobs. I'm going to throw a little uranium in Theo's hippo though. I'm definitely putting a little uranium in there. What's up, Theo? How you doing, Kelly? Yeah, I'm going to throw a little uranium in her hippo mixture. And there we go. We got that hole built. Unfortunately, I can't show you the side cam yet because I have to. After this, we got to get it set up. I thought I had it all set, and apparently I did not. There we go. And we're going to bring it here. Push that in, and I made a huge mistake right now. I forgot to measure the inside of that hole. This is not going to be fun. Where's my tool? So this is the tool I'm going to use to open that up. I forgot to do that. It's got to fit this drill perfect for the cabinet hardware. There we go. And if we have time, I'm going to run a pretty long stream tonight. We may have to change oxygen tanks along the way. But we're going to run a pretty long stream tonight. I got a lot of stuff I want to do. And we'll get that all handled. Michigan, I'm doing good, Terry. It's rainy as heck. The rain is coming down hard, too. It's not like a soft little rain. It's like violent. It's angry rain. All right, let's get this melted off. Yeah, it's super angry tonight. All right. So this is the part that I messed up on last night. It needs to be a certain size so it fits on the cabinet, and I came out too long. Just by like 5 millimeters. So I got to make sure this one fits properly, all the rest of them. And I brought the one that did work on the bench so I can kind of measure it off and see what I need. So let's go ahead and get this pulled down. In fact, I'll bring this out here and measure it up. About like that. Here we go. So yeah, if you are on right now, if you received a package from me this week, you ordered something, and you make sure you go through your whole box. Every little nook and cranny, because there are extras in there. Everybody got a bonus. It's kind of like my thank you for supporting the channel and me. So I threw bonuses into everybody's box. There we go. Because I'm kind of like that. Thank you for the star. Jennifer, thank you so much. Uh-oh. That's pretty tight, but... Alright, got that done. Let's see if I can get my side cam fixed. So this is the POV cam that I was using last night. I didn't have it hooked up right. I got to get it in webcam mode. I forgot that I need to reapply that mode. So be patient with me for one moment here while I get this into webcam mode. See, I got a tripod on it though. Oh, it is in webcam. What the hell? You guys get to see me without glasses now. Oh, it's working. Hey, there we go. All right, we're on webcam mode. So there's the expensive glass. And there's our little flame. All right, we're working. I'm happy. Let me just make sure I set it up right. I got it on wide view. There we go. All right, let's grab some uranium glass so I can throw it into some of these. So if you're not familiar with uranium glass, this is it here. Uranium glass is the bomb of glass. I'm going to bring it out over here on the side, and you're going to see that lit up by the black light. So that is uranium glass. It lights up really bright under a black light. It's so freaking awesome. B-Ball, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. All right, let's add some uranium to a couple of these. What do you guys say? And then we're going to throw some of that uranium into Bayo's Hippo. It's going to be a fun build. Alright, here we go. Is that a lightsaber? I wish it was a lightsaber. I really do. I would be so in trouble. Thank you, Colleen. Yeah, if it was a lightsaber, a lot of people that have been on my channel for a long time know exactly what I'd do with it if it was a lightsaber. I always said I would go into major cities and cut the heads off of parking meters. I just lightsaber every parking meter in the city. I hate parking meters. I dislike them. I would definitely annihilate parking meters. There we go. So this is the little stretchy part. Wow, look at that. You see how much that bends? And now it won't bend. So it goes from there to there. You got your first bit of uranium. Oh, good. Have fun with it. Just be careful. If it's in frit form, be very, very careful if you're using frit. There's a reason I sold all my frit uranium. Alright, so let's try out the cam. Side cam, here we go. Now you can see we got the blank. Oh, side cam's working good. Look at that. What do you think of this view? You guys like the split window here? I like the split window. I enjoy that split window. Oh yeah, I got some cameras running. Right now we're testing out the GoPro Mission 1. I have it running on my bench and we're just recording it like right to the SD card. I'm going to run it till the battery runs out. But I want to test the GoPro. Everybody said GoPros overheat. So I'm going to put it to the ultimate test and see if it overheats near 4,000 degrees. We're going to put the GoPro to the ultimate heat test. No other content creator can get close to me on that. There we go. Pull it down. So what I did is I took that bigger tube and I just shrunk it down a little, pulled it into the size that I need. It was a little too wide. I'm going to trim it down a little. Park that guy right there. All right, let's go ahead and spin some color up. I need another electrum up here. I know I have one extra. I know I put it, there it is. Jesus, really? Glass is like super slippery tonight. Alright, so this color right here is $180 a pound. That is called Electrum, made by a company called Molten. So that's the first of our $180 a pound glass. I love this stuff. This is worth it. I know it's a lot of money, but it's worth it. Now the good part about this particular color is you can dilute it down. So if I wanted to get a little bit of this effect, but I didn't want it as dark, I could literally mix it 50-50 ratio with clear, and I would still have an amazing effect with it. And essentially taking it down to about $95 a pound, considering the cost of the clear and the cost of the Electrum itself. So there are a lot of ways to kind of reduce your costs on some stuff. So that one I could technically dilute down, and it wouldn't be an issue. And there's our little spiral. That's what it looks like right now prior to doing anything with it. We just kind of spiraled it up. And we're going to go ahead and use our second $180 a pound glass, which is double amber purple. We're going to spiral this one on. Same exact way. I should really run a little course on teaching you guys how to do that. There's a little technique to it. I should teach you guys how to do that for all my glass blowers or lamp workers. If you don't know how to do that coil, the spin trail, I should do a little tutorial on it. Not tonight. I don't have time to do it tonight, but there we go. All right, so there's our second $180 pound glass running right there. Now we're going to grab our third, which is pure uranium glass, and we're going to spiral that on. And that is this one right here. Now this one requires a little care. I'm not going to be up here. I'm going to be out here. Because the uranium does have a little bit of a tendency to get a little bubbly if it gets too hot. We're going to keep it way out here and spiral it on. No bubbly. This is not champagne. And there we are, third color applied. We're going to melt it on there, and then we'll do our little spinny spirals. Oh, I'm so glad I got my key buttons all set up for quick camera changes now. So there it is. It's hard to see the uranium on there. It's very difficult to see that uranium when it's in that bag. It's really meant to be just seen with black light. You know what? We're going to use a little blue on here. So this blue-green is an amazing color. I don't know if you guys will catch it. I don't know if you can see the little hue right there where it changed a little. So it kind of turns a blue-green. Now this one's not as expensive. It's about $100 a pound. Which is still expensive, but not too bad. Spin that on. Anybody want to guess what the most popular color I work with is? Put it in chat. What do you think the most popular color I work with? What do y'all think? I don't even know who Kevin Nash is, so I don't know who that is. Sorry. We're going to bring this out and start striping. Amber purple? Good guess. Type in chat what you think the most popular color I have is. Clear? No, clear's not an option. No, clear is not the option. That's a good one though. That's quick on your feet. Amber purple. Someone said amber purple again. Like the most record. Nope, not glow. It's the one color I get the most requests for. By far. It's about 30% of my requests. Oh, there we go. Someone got blue. Cobalt blue. Cobalt blue is the most requested color. And oddly enough, cobalt blue, I use cobalt blue from China because I think it's amazing. It's very clean, no issues, and it's about $10 a pound. So they kind of offset each other. Yeah, cobalt blue. Cobalt blue is about $10 a pound. Unless you get it from an American company, and then you're paying upwards of 30 to 40. And that's a lot of money for blue. When you can get it, I hate not supporting an American company, but you know, I'm not going to pay quadruple for a color that I can get from China that is the same quality, if not better in some instances. I know I just said a bunch of taboo stuff. A lot of glass blowers are like, oh my God, China glass. Every single glass blower about uses Chinese colors. What other colors are good for cheap Chinese colors? Okay, let's think for a second. I like one that's called Lake, like Lake Green. I love that one. What other colors do I think are really good in that? I use their amber brown, but I'm not a big fan of it working wise. What other colors do they have that are amazing? Mostly I use the blue, but you'll see my lime green. So one of my lime greens, the opaque, is China. So I go between slime and the China version. The Chinese version's about $40 a pound. The American version's about $120. So it depends on the look that I need for it. But I love the purple and the lime green. They're really, really good. But you're still paying $40 a pound on those. The only thing I won't use from China is their clear. I don't want to use their clear. If you're starting out, it's fine. For a beginner, China clear is good, but if you can afford the American or the German version or the Czech Republic, I would recommend doing that. But for once you get into production mode and you're doing this full time, I don't recommend Chinese clear. For some reason, it has this, best way I can describe it is a burnt look. It's like got a black burnt look to it. And I don't know what's in there causing that, but I don't like that. It's not optically clear. Okay, there we go. We got this color all spiraled up now, and we got it all melded in. Let's see if we can use a light on it. Oop, there we go. So we got some colors bouncing through now. But I love the Chinese blue. Yeah, China colors come a long way. What do you guys think of this view, by the way? Is this a good view? I tried to balance it out where we have the front screen and then the side. I kind of like the way this is set up. I do like this view a little bit. Gives you a perspective on both ends, side and front. Is there an easy way to start glass blowing at home? You've always loved the thought of glass. Yes, absolutely you can start at home. There are several ways to get into it. It really depends, but you're going to need, I hate to say it, you're going to need about $2,000 to get started. But yes, you can set it at home. You don't need a, exotic studio somewhere. Now my building is off my house. It is on the same property, but I have a separate building. And you can use your garage. I don't recommend putting it in your house, like in a room. I don't recommend that. The spaces are really confined for that. And you would definitely need to put in air recycling of some sort. And definitely not in a basement. Number one, for a basement, you got to figure out, again, the airflow. But what scares the hell out of me with a basement is if a fire happened, getting the hell out. Can you imagine being trapped in a basement with a fire that blocked your exit? That would be scary. Okay, so we pulled this down a little. So I don't recommend a basement. I know people that do it, but I would not. But if you really want a bunch of information, join my school program, SKOOL. I don't know if I put a link in the, I think there's a link in my description on YouTube. I'm going to be adding in equipment, like basic equipment, stages for what you want to do, and a lot of resources. I just got done speaking with a supplier today about maybe putting my own kits together. A prefab kit. I know I always said don't buy one, but mine would be good. I'd make sure you didn't get any garbage. But honestly, you're going to need a minimum of 2,000, comfortably 3,000 to get started. But you don't need a license. You don't need special permission. You can literally set it up in your home. Anywhere you can zone for welding, like a hobbyist as a welder, you can put glass blowing. I'm going to turn this down one more time, sorry. So, funny story, when I was insuring my house back in California, I disclosed that I had a glass blowing studio. And they wanted to jack my insurance up because of glass blowing. And I said, okay, how much would it be if I was just welding? Like welding metal. You know, just a welder. And they're like, oh, we don't raise it for that. That's just a normal hobby. So I said, okay, classify me as a welder. I'm just welding glass. And they actually did it. So if you ever have to insure your house and disclose that you are setting up equipment, welding. You're just welding. The only difference is you're welding a different material. But yeah, same equipment, same everything. And they wanted to charge me like an extra $2,000 a year because I said the word glass blowing. I was like, no, welding now. And it went through. That's a little tip and trick right there. But if you own your own home and you do set it up in your facility, in your house, make sure you disclose it on your insurance, your homeowner's insurance. They will reject it if you get a claim. So always disclose it. All right, we got to open this up. Come on. How you doing, Ted? I'll show you what just happened. This part's annoying. See this little dingleberry up there? Right. Let me see, where's the dingleberry? Right there. See that little dingleberry right there? It's just this little bubble. So every once in a while the glass tends to fly off and stick. You get a little piece of chunky glass and it just flies and sticks. Now luckily it won't impact this piece. But if let's say I was using white, like a white base, and I had a center blue up here, and a little piece of that blue popped out onto the white, totally wreck your piece, unless you pulled it off. But yeah, they're little glass dingleberries. I don't think dingleberry's under my, I don't think dingleberry's a bad word. Thank you, Ted. All right, so we're going to push this in. So we're going to push a little recess in here. This is for the hardware, so the hardware fits in, and it kind of hides that little metal hardware in there. I got to get used to this camera change. Okay, there we go. So now you can see we got the hole running in there, and it's a little recess, and that is just for the hardware. Let's see if we got any color popping out. Let's see if we got color popping in. There we go. Now you can see a little bit of color running in there. Now this has the uranium in it. Okay, let's get this attached. And if you noticed, I preheated the tool, the metal rod, the metal claw grabber. A lot of people ask, why do you preheat the claw grabber? Claw grabber, Jesus, don't be dyslexic. So the glass can withstand a certain level of thermal shock, meaning it can go from 0 to 900 and not really crack. But because we're working in the temperatures of about 1300 when I attach it up there, at the room temperature, it can have a potential for shocking the glass and cracking it. So you warm it up in the flame, get it a couple hundred degrees hotter, and then you don't have to worry about that. All right, we got to cut this down. So always preheat your tools when you're doing glass. That's a good piece of advice. I gotta cut a lot off here. It's too long. Man, we're pulling a lot of color off here. So I gotta make these a little smaller. I'm going to make the initial point a little bit smaller. Right about there. And if I make it smaller, I don't have to spend as much time doing this part. Then we snip it and trip it. Then we're going to heat it up, smooth it out, make sure the hole is nice and even. Has to be centered on there or your knob will go in crooked. All right, someone's trying to get my attention. Donna, what's up? What's up, Donna? What do you need? I got you. It takes me a minute. What you need, Donna? Got you covered. If you really want to get my attention, I hate to say it, you got to put even the cheap old super chat in there. It like pops up. I can't miss that one. Like changes an entirely different color. Okay. Oh, we're looking good. Let's check out our color combo here. So right now I'm just making these cabinet knobs. I'm going to make a couple. I'm going to start making Bayo's blue for the hippo. We're going to do a test run of it. And then you can see through there we got the hole running all the way through. So that's where the cabinet hardware will go. What's up, John? You can't subscribe on TikTok? Really? Huh. Well, don't worry about it right now. I'm going to be changing the TikTok, so this will probably be one of the last nights I'm on this channel for TikTok. I'm going to be I'm going to be shifting over to the 94,000 follower one. So don't worry about it. I got you. Thank you, Donada, for letting me know. All right, we have to do a quick repair on one of these knobs. So what I ended up finding out is the inside part where I put the hardware, if you wrench it down with the screw too hard, the bolt and screw, you end up cracking the glass a little. Where's my side view? There. So the little hole in there, right there, I ended up cracking it a little right there. I tightened it down too much, and I ended up breaking a little piece off of it. It's not shutting down. No. But as you guys have been very well aware, it's been getting flagged for stupid stuff. So I have to go in and make a change. All right, there we go. So I just fixed that. So my solution was I found these little silicone O-rings that I can slip in there, and then it just tightens down on the silicone and not the actual glass itself, so it creates a little cushion. No worry, Donna, you're a subscriber on here, right? You're a member on YouTube. Don't worry about it on TikTok. Stay here. You're okay. Don't worry about it, Donna. You're all good. Appreciate it. All right, let's get Bayo's blue started here. I'm going to do a small test run of the color. So let's get that all set up here. I'm going to grab a clear rod. We're going to cut it down. So we're going to do actual color mixing right now. So this is how you make custom color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a small test batch, and then we'll see how it cools off and what it looks like. If it looks good, I'll do a big batch and we'll make the hip up. So we're going to make a small test batch. If you've ever wanted to know how color gets made, this is partially how you do it. I teach people all the time how to make their own specific color. So we're going to start off, I'm going to leave it on side view because this is going to be back and forth. So there we got the white. We're going to start with white. Yeah, Daisy Girl, cancel the subscription on here. Yep. And shift it over to the other one if you want. If you've already paid for like 6 months or so, if you're a subscriber on TikTok, currently, send me a message to thefieryguy.com. Send me a message on there and tell me, let me know you're a subscriber. I'll look at how long you have on there. And whatever time you have on there, whatever you paid into it, I will compensate you in glass. So I'll send you something equal value for the subscription, and I'll compensate you that way. You're not going to be out any money. I'm not going to let that happen. All right, let's grab, I need a dark blue, and we're going to use this turquoise. So the other two colors we're going to add in there are this cobalt blue and turquoise. You want to get, well, of course you'll get a gift. I got you. All right, so we're going to add some blue. Oh, I grabbed the wrong blue. Damn it. I need the dark blue. There we go. So this is what I was talking about with cobalt. We got different shades. You can definitely see the light blue on the bottom and the dark on the top. I always have like 5 different shades of cobalt. It comes in 5 shades. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the Chinese version. So we're going to do about a 50-50 blue and white. So we got about a 50-50 on there, and then we're going to add some of this turquoise on here. And we're going to do about 1/4 of that. I think I'm going to throw a little green in here too. I did pull a green. So this is like a really good green right there. I love that green. That one is called Millennium Moss. We're going to park a little bit on there, just a tad. Like that. Alright, so now I got 4 colors rocking on here. And we're going to use a drill. And we're going to use the drill to mix all the colors up. So now you can see we got 3 different levels. I'll let it cool off a little so you can see the variations on here. Like that. Now we got different transitions. My drill is over here. I should probably change this out though. And I need to cut a little tiny piece off. Do I happen to have one? Nope. Alright, let's cut a little piece off for the drill mix. There we go. Alright, so we're going to use a drill, and we're going to mix all this color up and see where we're at. So I got to mix it, and then we're going to let it cool, and once it cools off, we'll get the version of what it'll look like. When I first mix it, it's not going to look like it's true color, because it's hot. We're just going to do a small little test batch here. Now the beauty is, we're going to mix a little bit of clearing with it too. I even remember to get a backup battery in case this one dies out. Alright, that should be good. Now if this color works good, I'll leave it alone. We'll use it for accents, like eyeballs and ears. Use it for eyeballs and ears. Bayo! I got you. Well, we're going to make the hippo look good. It's my reputation, too. Got to make the hippo look amazing. I'll show you what happened to it. I'm totally upset by it. I'll show you. Let me pull this color. And I'll show you what happened to it. I'm so disappointed in it. The color that I had made. But I know where the mistake was. So we're going to heat this up and pull it down. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. Those actually show up. So I hate to say it, but if you really need to grab my attention, the super chat is a great way to do it. I don't mean to be like begging for money. That's not the point. But it definitely stands out. You're the only person you've seen do that, mixing with a drill? No, that drill mixing's pretty popular. See, way back in the day, used to have to get cobalt oxide, like the metal cobalt oxide, the ground up powder, and then you would mix it with clear and drill mix it. That's how you make cobalt glass. Because, let's see, let me think of the year. I'm gonna say probably 1992, roughly. I would say cobalt glass was like $60 a pound because there were only 7 colors. So getting cobalt glass was really expensive back then because they could charge it. And we only had 7 to 9 colors. And out of those colors, only like 2 or 3 were really good. Amber purple being one of them. No, not out of the 10. Amber purple's NS13. So amber purple was the 13th color they made. But they used to have a black and they called it black hole. What a bad name, right? Black hole. And that was a horrid color. And then they had a white, and the white was even worse. Man, I still have some of the white. I'll show you it someday. It's a beautiful color for white, but it boils like crazy. You can't get rid of the boil. No matter what temperature you use it with, it boils. All right, let's see what this color's kind of doing. I kind of like it. You kind of have this marbling to it. Yeah, I think we're looking good. So we got this marbling of the blue. So I'm mostly looking at the shade, but I don't mind the marbling of it. It kind of makes it look like that one. Can you see the blue now? So this is the blue we're going for. Right there. So we mixed it all up. And I think we got the right ratio. But let me show you the hippo. So I'm so disappointed. I'm going to bring the hippo out. So you can see all the crack. Let me see if I can turn this down. There. So you can see the cracking happening right there. And it cracked and his leg even fell off right here. I couldn't get rid of all this. Every time I started repairing it, it got worse and worse and worse. So we got to fix it up by making a new one. But yeah, I just can't save that. I can't save him. He's done. Yeah, that was the name of the color, black hole. Somebody wasn't thinking very well. All right, we're going to let that blue sit, and then we'll come back to it and check it. So as it's cooling, the color changes a little. What do I think happened? I used the wrong green. So I used the molten aura chromium green in it, and it was not a good combo. I'm finding that the molten aura green on the inside is cracking a little, which is very surprising to me, but it's happened a couple times. Yeah, I do know what happened. I used the wrong green to mix the color. So I used a sky blue and I mixed a little green in there to give it a little punch for the turquoise. I'm trying to match a color that is an Egyptian hippo. If you Google blue Egyptian hippo, you'll see what I'm making. And I'm trying to match that color. And it definitely has a little green to it to get the blue that I want, the turquoise. But I thought because the molten aura colors are pretty stable for the most part, it'd be fine, but it's not. And oddly enough, that color is also $180 a pound now. I don't think I'll be rebuying it. Yeah, I don't think I'll be rebuying it. The solution is I use a different color green for it. So I'm currently using a color called Millennium Moss, which is a little cracky if you use it on the inside of glass, like way on the inside. But if you're mixing and blending it, it's not so much. I'm pretty comfortable with it. My primary source of color is a company called North Star Glass out of Portland. North Star Glass is the primary colors palette that I use. And I know their colors very, very well. I'm very, very comfortable with them. Okay, so what I did here is I shrunk the tubing down a little. But that's part of glass blowing. I mean, you're going to have pieces, even after 32 years, you're going to have pieces that crack. It's part of the game. It's going to happen. Nothing you can do to avoid it. Jimmy, thank you so much. Yeah, you're definitely going to have stuff that cracks. And I don't care who you are in glass. You're going to have pieces that break. Something to not get frustrated with. All right, let's go ahead and get this color spiraled on. I'll probably... What do you guys think? Should I leave it on side view or keep it on full? What do you prefer? A mixture, keep it on side view or full? Oh, I'm not wasting any money. Trust me, Kelly, I'm not wasting any money. I'm learning. There's no wasting. You're all good. I appreciate the thought, but you've been such a good supporter on this channel. I'm going to make sure you're all good to go. I got you. I got you covered. You like the full most of the time? Okay. So like a side view every once in a while then? Like when I want to show the up close? Alright, so we got that one spiraled on. Let's grab our double amber purple. Pop it on. So this double amber purple, it's a weird combo here. We'll bring it upside. This particular double amber is from 1994. I was digging through some old stash and I found this. I was like, I'm going to use it. This is an older version. I have so much colored glass, it's ridiculous. So now we're spiraling the secondary color on here. Hey Ted, by the way, Ted, are you still on? I need to ask you a question since if you're on here. Okay, for the second fan pull, you ordered two. I thought you ordered one. For the second fan pull, do you want the butterfly or crystal for the bottom? I only had one dragonfly. Concrete cracks? Yeah, exactly. I know that all too well. The difference is I could do glass. I can't do concrete. I am not Tim the Tool Man at all. I am definitely not Tim the Tool Man. I am not a handyman by any respect. If I can make it out of glass, I'm good. If not, I hire a professional. Of course I've used absinthe. Yeah, I like absinthe, but it's not my favorite. Honestly, if you like absinthe, I would, Abe's gonna get really mad at me, but if you like absinthe, I would buy the Chinese lime green. Yeah, I did. I'll read your email, but I got you. Yeah, let me show you the lime green. Hang on for a few minutes. I'll show you the lime green I'm talking about. All right, let me get this finished up here. So I put the amber purple, the electrum. We're gonna add that blue green on here one more time. I love this stream tonight. This is kind of like my jam right now when I'm answering questions for people and kind of get to work at the same time. This is my jam. I love this part about live streaming. I absolutely love it. It bothers me when I watch Butterfly. Okay. I might have a couple on. I'll send you an email, Ted. But I can't stand watching live streams where people don't talk at all. Like no communication. I don't like that. I won't watch a live stream if there's no communication. I don't understand why you would live stream. This GoPro is holding up really good. So I got a little GoPro I'm checking out down here. It's the newer Mission 1 Pro from GoPro. And I'm trying to see if I can get it to overheat. And so far it's holding up. Yeah, but if we have any glass people in here and you have questions on color, fire away right now. No pun intended. Yeah, if you have questions on color, fire it away while I'm kind of in production mode. Well, I got a cool bonus in there for you too, Ted. Everybody that ordered and has an order that's been packed or a label created this week, everybody has received a bonus. Every person has received a bonus in their box. So make double, triple sure to check every nook and cranny in there. I love throwing little bonuses and stuff every once in a while. You never know when it's going to happen, but when it does, everybody gets it. So yeah, make sure you check every nook and cranny on your box. Oh, this is getting short. Time to go to a longer rod again. And usually if you're a member or subscriber and you order stuff, I always throw a little bonus in there. Oh, the hot air balloon. I actually brought it out. I'll show you the hot air balloon. No, I haven't seen that, Daisy Girl, but I have it right here. I thought you might ask. I actually brought it out here just to see. I'll show it to you before you make a full commitment. No obligation. I'm definitely going to be making that hot air balloon this year as an ornament, though. It's freaking adorable. It looks really good. I'm very, very happy with it. All right, so now we have everything kind of bundled up right there, mixed in. We're going to go ahead and start pulling it into its shape. So one of the things I use on my streaming setup is, actually I got the camera set up. It's a Stream Deck by Elgato, and you can pre-program your camera views with a little push of a button. It's probably one of the best tools I have for live streaming now. What's up, Gene? Christy? So yeah, I love the Stream Deck now. I was fighting it for a while because I didn't understand the programming of it, but now I got it. How you doing, Christy? What's up, Gene? All right, we got to melt this in. I tend to have a muddy amber purple when doing marbles. Any tips for bringing out the color? Bobby, I do have tips on the amber purple. First of all, type in chat if you bought first quality odds or you bought seconds. So let me know which grade of amber purple you bought, and then we'll work through your problem. We're going to do an online coaching. You guys ready to do that? What's up, Grandma? What's up? We'll do an online coaching tutorial here. I'm going to work through the bugs of an amber purple, and I can walk you through it. Odds. Okay, so odds are the best color on North Star glass. Most people think that first quality is the best. It is not. Odds are the best that you can get. And I'll explain after we go through your problem solving here. So next question is, what kind of torch are you using? That will make a big difference as to how I recommend you work through your problem. So tell me what kind of torch you're using.